The agenda.
Is your microphone working now? I think I got it.
Oh, it's mine?
Try
Working?
again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we
Okay.
go.
Okay. So your motion for approval of the agenda?
I'll move we approve the agenda.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And minutes from last meeting? You have any questions or anything about them?
I move to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
I second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Staffing changes.
All right.
Update, sorry.
So we hired our operations supervisor. Her name is Andrea Grove. She started fast, almost immediately. It's amazing how fast that process went because they usually don't go that fast, but she was able to start right away. She's been there for about 3 weeks now. Is that right, Amy?
I think so, yeah. Is it G-O-R-O-S-V?
Groves. Grove.
Grove. Oh, Grove.
We have a Graves and a Groves in our office.
Yeah.
So she's up and going now, learning the ropes, getting everything figured out. Joe did an amazing job putting together a binder with all the information, how to do things, what to do, when, where, how. So it helps her tremendously.
Good.
For our bus drivers, we finally completed interviews for our 2 bus driver positions that are open, and Andrea is doing reference checks on them currently as we speak. So hopefully we'll be able to fill the 2 bus operator positions soon. We're short, I'm driving. Andrea's even driving.
Can you let us know which streets to stay off?
I'm right by you. I come right by Life Quest.
Move away from the window, huh? Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Head Start contract.
So the Head Start contract that's in your packet was originally sent to me August, and they only gave a 2% increase on the contract they sent, and that was not enough to cover our costs. So I sent it back to them. I said, this is what we need if you need us to operate your Head Start program still. This is how much it's going to actually cost to operate. So they sent it back to us with the amounts that I sent them, and it was approved by council on Monday. So I just wanted to or Tuesday. We were on Tuesday. It was approved Tuesday by the council, so I just wanted to let you all know that this is the contract that we'll be operating on this year, and it has been approved by city council.
Summer bus passes.
Attached is our annual summer bus pass program. It's been successful in the past, but due to COVID, it was not as successful this year. The pass is sold in 2020. Of the 4, 1 was mine. So obviously it's not as successful. We didn't have as many rides, but hopefully next year it'll pick up again.
Blame it on 2020, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. Ridership across the state was down tremendously, but it's picking back up again. It's looking really good now.
South Dakota Department of Transportation update.
So we had a meeting with our transit providers via Microsoft Teams, and the DOT went over some information about funding. Right now, we should have applied for and received our 5311, which is our operating grant. We did not apply for that yet, and they haven't sent it out to us yet because we are currently operating under that CARES Act funding, which is at the 100% funding. They want to utilize this CARES Act funding before they start applying this 5311 funding again, which is the 80-20, 50-50 funding that we usually receive. So they feel that we will have enough money to go through the end of the year on this CARES Act funding. with how everybody is currently operating, because everybody's reducing the hours and that kind of stuff, that we'll have enough to get through at 100% through the end of the year. And then they're guesstimating by February-ish, we may be applying for the 5311, but it's not known at this time. But good news, we still have funding.
Trip nutrition site.
So we were approached by a restaurant in Trip that would like to provide meals, provide meals for our senior meals program. We currently contract with the Dugout, and we've been with them for, is it 16 years? At least 16 years, as far back as we found on our paperwork, so it could be longer. Never really had issues with them, but they did contact us and say, this other restaurant, it's a new restaurant in Trip, would like to provide these meals instead of the Dugout. Well, they originally reached out to the Rural Office of Community Services, and when they reached out to the Rural Office of Community Services, that's not their service area, it's our service area. So the Rural Office of Community Services reached out to us. I had Amy contact them, and Amy and I agreed we have no issues with what's going on in Trip. Everything's been good. No reason to switch at this time, so we told the Rural Office of Community Services this. And they didn't like Amy's answer. The owner of this new restaurant contacted the state and said that we never contacted him back, but we didn't contact him back because right.
We had no information.
We had no information. I didn't even have his contact information. So the state contacted me and said, he contacted us, said that you did not contact him. I said, they had all the information, it was all documented on email. This was 3 weeks, 4 weeks after the original request went through. So, trying to be politically correct. The state contacted me, I got the information from them, I contacted him. He was very upset because he wanted the contract now. And I explained the process, what we'd have to do if we were to offer a contract. The contract, what we did is, I told him we'd have to do a survey of the participants. I'd have to contact the state to get their information, and I'd also have to contact the Dugout to let them know what's going on. He did not like this process.
Oh, well.
There was name calling involved throughout this. However, he did inform me that it is not his business. It is his wife's business. So I ended up in the process talking to his wife. I notified the state of what we did. He called the state as well. The state actually ended up hanging the phone up on him.
The state hung up on him.
Correct.
Good.
Well, that says the whole story.
I, as promised, though, I am following through on what the process would require. We sent a survey out to our participants. It was 105 surveys that we sent out.
Yeah, we're closer to about 100.
Okay. So around 100 surveys we sent out. We sent them out on Monday last week. It was early last week, Monday, Tuesday last week. It was right away last week. We sent them out. We've already received 25 surveys back.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
That's a really good turnaround. And you got 25%. That's
Yeah.
Real good.
And those were just mailed back. We gave them the option to drop them off at the Dugout, fax, email. So these were mailed back. Actually, we've had 27 mailed back because 2 of them mailed them back with nothing on them and said we don't participate, but they do. The results of the survey, my questions were, do the meals look appetizing? 25 said yes, 0 said no. Do the meals taste good? 25 yes, 0 no. What is your favorite meal? I have results from chicken, cabbage rolls, Indian taco, lasagna, a hamburger, ham steak, fish, meatloaf, sausage, spaghetti.
A lot of good options.
Yeah. How would you rate your overall service? 17 said excellent, 7 said standard, and 1 said needs improvement. How would you rate the establishment's cleanliness? 14 responded excellent, 8 responded standard, and 0 said needs improvement. Was your establishment friendly and courteous throughout the visit? 23 said yes, 0 said no. What do you enjoy most about the program? 20 people said good nutrition, 18 meeting friends for lunch, 14 helps me to make ends meet, 4 helps me make ends meet, 6 helps me to live independently. Some ways to help you we could serve you better. The majority of the comments was they would like more desserts or bigger desserts. If they came to, if you come to Mitchell, you don't get desserts, so. And then, do you have any food suggestions that we can explore adding to the menu? And most of them were just fresh vegetables was one of them. A lot of people put on there that they appreciate the program, they don't want it to end, just keep up the good work. Keep the program going. Need sadly, as there are no other places in town to serve us seniors. The people at the dugout work hard to serve us good meals. Keep the program going. Larger dessert portions. That's what our comments were. The gentleman who wanted the contract expressed that the community is not happy with that restaurant, but my surveys tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
He also said, I don't understand why you can't just give me a contract and we can try it for a year, and if it doesn't work in a year, we can part ways and be done with it. My concern with that is if we break ties with the dugout, who's been providing this service for so long, and if we stop this program, that puts them out of business, and then this restaurant goes out of business, Tripp would have no restaurant.
Nothing.
We wouldn't have this option for our seniors.
Good grief.
And in my experience over time, when you're working with someone currently and it's going well, even if someone came and underbid or something like that, we always tend at LiveQuest to stay with what we have. If you're happy with it and the customers or people, whoever, are happy, that's not even a discussion.
I did contact the Department of Health. They did they passed their health inspection. But as he stated that his wife was the owner of the restaurant, not him, but he is on their license to operate. I did get that from the Department of Health as well. It's made out to him and her. So I guess I would like your opinion, if you'd like me to continue the process, or...
Well, I think you have surveys that show he's wrong. He says people are unhappy, but they're not. I mean, that looked overwhelming to me. I worked in food service management for 20 years, and it's very difficult to get people to say it's good. That was an amazing survey to me.
Very.
Because people complain about food no matter what it is.
Yes.
And college students where I work complain a lot more. But I'm just saying, for a food service survey, that's amazing. And I can't even believe it's that good. Even if the food is amazing, to get that many good comments is amazing.
A negative comment, some quantities could be a little larger, especially when it's fruit, but they're meeting their guidelines.
Right.
And more baked desserts like Parkston would be great.
Wow.
Those are our
But
negatives.
those are constructive
Right.
comments.
Yes.
Right.
Those, you don't have anybody like, they're mean to me, or
Yeah.
Right.
The food's
the
terrible.
food's cold. I mean, you'll get that.
I don't have anything
I
like
just
that.
can't even believe it's that good.
No, honestly, I couldn't
I don't-
either.
You know, you've got something to contradict him saying that people aren't happy, so that's obviously not true.
Now, what-
Because another thing about surveys is, if I'm happy, I probably won't answer it, or I might not. If I'm unhappy, I'm for sure sending that thing back.
And right away.
Yeah, there
So
you go.
you're going to get all the negative people giving you a survey back, and I don't even see one.
No.
Oh, and they'll get it back fast, because it's their
Yep.
chance to unload.
Another non-positive-ish comment is frozen vegetables instead of canned.
Okay.
So.
That's helpful.
But that's as negative as they get, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's a personal preference.
Right. It is.
Yeah,
That,
I like canned.
My kids would prefer the can.
me too.
you know, I would get comments like, the food service director needs to be fired. He hates us. I mean, I'd get stuff like that, and I would personally be out there, you know, well, it
I
can
would-
be very hurtful. And that's, wow.
These are awesome.
Awesome.
Something's going right.
I think you know what to do.
Yep, yeah.
And you obviously have a good working, professional working relationship with the current providers as well.
Anybody want to make a motion to stick with our current contract and not add any additional contracts in the area
I'll make a motion that we keep the contract with Trip.
with
That we
the
have-
dugout?
Yes.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Stay with the dugout. The nutrition survey, is that what you want, a survey or something different? Okay. Nutrition software.
You want to talk about that, or you want me to?
It don't matter, go ahead.
Okay, so
Chime in.
our nutrition software went from SAMS to Therap.
Did what? I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, Therap has not been working for us. I know you're a fan of it, but the program is not set up for our needs, unfortunately.
Now, they will customize, have you talked to them?
They said they would.
So if you have a person, I can help you if you want, but if you want to switch, that's fine.
Well, the state is the one who is talking about switching.
Okay.
This is a statewide issue,
Okay.
and the state's the one that purchases the software.
Because I did talk to them at the last national conference, that I might be talking to them about what you guys need.
Yeah, the state, it's statewide they're having issues.
Okay.
So the state is actually, we had a meeting on Thursday, a Zoom meeting, and they're looking at, is it Montana or Wyoming? Montana. Montana has software
Okay.
that was developed for their state that meets all of our,
For the nutrition
for
program.
the nutrition products, meets all of our requirements. So they're looking into maybe switching over to that. So we may be updating,
So other states could use it.
right, and it's already set up for the program needs,
Okay.
whereas Therap was set up but not for what our program needs,
Yeah.
our state needs. So the state is exploring switching our nutrition software again. So it'll be more work for Amy, hopefully not as much, but Therap has been a lot of work for her, a lot of input, entry, and things just aren't converting over properly. So hopefully we can get something that will work and won't cause Amy as much work, but I just want to give you an update that the state is exploring switching our software. Anything else, Amy?
Not really. I mean, we have addressed it with Therap, the state's addressed it with Therap.
Oh, okay.
They tell you, oh, we can work on it. 5 months later, nothing.
Nothing's
It's
happened.
not
Yeah.
getting resolved. So
Yeah.
that's the main issue. They've addressed it with all of them. They said, well, we'll look into it. Nothing. So,
We will still have to use their app for our, is it the 3B participants or which participants?
it's the Medicaid
Medicaid one.
and the Title 19 and then the ASA funded one for people under 60.
Is that like long-term or just temporary? So you'll have to use that program?
We don't know. Good question.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, whatever
Okay,
the state says.
decisions.
Okay.
But with those, we only have like a handful of them, like 6 of them, so that ain't too bad with that. Unlike the 1,200 we have, so.
Right.
The Title III program.
Amy's manually entering everything for those 1,200 participants right now because it's not
Wow.
converting and working.
And you gotta manually, to the date, what each person ate. In like last month,
wow.
Trip had, or Parkston had over 2,000 people. To go through a calendar each day, okay, this one had one, this one had one.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
Oh, because they have different
That's
options.
not even a computer, I mean, that's.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what's the sense in putting it in? Oh, my, that's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
Hopefully-
Agreed.
Hopefully this new one will be better.
It's gotta be.
Okay. School masks.
So our volunteer program was amazing. We had 2 boxfuls.
I have more again.
Oh, so we probably had 3 boxfuls of masks that our volunteers have made to donate to the schools. The schools were super thankful for all these masks that donated, and Dr. Graves wrote us a letter, and that's attached in your packet.
Thank you.
There are some really neat masks. I mean, the volunteers really went above and beyond and did a great job.
Anything else with that one? Okay. Reopening plan?
As we stated, this would be on monthly. We're currently under the phase 3 operations. If you'd like to leave it, change it, that's what you guys get to do today.
Is it going to Louise? You brought up that stuff last time. Is it going better now?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we're getting a few more people. Yeah. And they're enjoying it. Their only comment was they needed water, you know, so we said, well, bring your
They
own.
can bring it, right?
With no
Mhm.
problem, yeah.
Yep.
And they will give you a cup to fill from the
Water fountain.
fountain if you want, a paper cup.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing, yeah, otherwise they're really enjoying it.
And you're gonna have bingo for the first time,
Yes,
so that'll be interesting to see how many. show
When does that start?
next Monday night.
Next
Monday night. That's
Okay, the night
only
one?
bingo that's been.
Do they have to schedule ahead of time to come, or is it just come
You'll
whoever?
come.
And I've got
We
one
have
resident,
Seating arranged, you
It'll
know.
be spaced out,
okay,
masks.
Yeah, okay.
We'll be able to
Well,
use the side
no
room.
popcorn.
oh, okay.
And no popcorn.
So it won't be as much of a limited number of people? Okay.
Yeah, probably not the first time, I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be at a loss, but getting them, and then they'll spread the word, you know, how good it was. I hope.
You don't.
No, bad chance of that.
Well, personally, I think we should stay with the program until, you know, I mean, numbers are up across the state.
Right.
Davidson County has got a fair number, and, you know, till, it's going to depend on people's comfort level. I did go play Mahjong on Tuesday, and they had played last Thursday as well. And, I called a lady yesterday to tell her that we were playing again and to see if she'd be interested. And she said, I'm not sure I'm ready yet, so,
Yeah, some are like.
you know, that's where it's at, so. I think this is wonderful that we've got something going, and Maria's posting on Facebook all the time.
I know.
You know, they had some diabetes, some students there yesterday or the day before, so that's good. Yep.
Yeah, the wellness thing.
Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness,
Fortunately,
yeah.
they only had 2 people.
I know.
Yeah. But they seem to have a lot of exercisers and walkers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
We haven't opened anything in our building yet either for like speakers or anything like that either, so. It's gonna be a slow get back.
Gotta be a slow process. Yeah.
Our whole process with service coordinators was to keep people involved and to be social, and now it's like we're telling everybody to stay away, so it's gonna be starting from square one again. Any other comments about staying or changing these levels?
Do we need to make a motion that we stay, or?
We can leave it
no?
as is.
Huh? Yeah.
We'll just keep putting it on the agenda.
Yeah.
Citizens input? Anybody there? Keep
Nobody
going?
here.
Department reports and updates, how is transit?
Ridership is still down, but as I stated before, it's picking up. The school age participants are increasing now that school is starting again. Our general public has picked up recently. It was really nice to see that many. Of course, our lowest one is our handicapped rider, our passengers, due to Life Plus is not fully operating yet. Otherwise, I think we're doing fairly well compared to other transits. People's Transit in Huron says they're still down to 40% operating. So we're doing,
Where are we at?
we're at least, we're about the 60% current operating
Over
level.
halfway, that's good.
Yeah.
Adult nutrition?
Let's see, I've attached the July, where we're at for July, because we did not have all the August in yet. So we're off to a good start, being our fiscal year started in June, so that'll be June and July. So far, we're ahead of our projection, and we're ahead of last year, so.
Very good.
And it's everywhere, it's not just,
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Wesley Acres is up quite a bit from what was projected. All of them, awesome.
Mitchell Volunteer Program?
Nothing really right now. The biggest thing we had was the volunteers making the masks. We get a few requests here and there, and we fill them upon needed, but nothing major yet.
You still working with the DW on that too, or?
We will, but we really haven't with the whole COVID thing yet, so,
Kinda
yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah,
That was a-
it's just, we don't really even have the opportunities. Nobody's really getting volunteers, period, for things yet.
There's
I mean,
one
we
people
don't
coming in, yeah.
We don't even at the center. I mean, we do the newsletters ourselves and
Yep.
whatnot, so.
Okay. James Valley Community Center.
We've attached the newsletter in the packet, but things are slowly but surely operating. As Sharon stated, Louis stated, exercises are busy. A lot of walkers, a lot of people exercising, so those are up and going really well.
Yeah,
Nice to see people back in.
Quilters have been,
The quilters have been busy, very busy. The drive-through window has been tremendous.
yeah.
Super help. They got the tuck pointing done on the concrete brick on our north wall. They finally finished that yesterday. It's
So we need some rain to see if we're okay.
Let's see if the mold grows back.
Okay.
But it's been going good. It's nice to see people back in and filling up.
Anything else anybody needs to discuss?
I've had people ask if we could start having coffee at noon for lunches.
So the coffee is actually not a program requirement for the nutrition program. It's just something that we've done
Because we were so nice.
because we're nice, kind of like the desserts.
Okay.
We're not doing it at our other outlying locations either, the coffee. So if we do it, I guess I'm not ready to get to that point yet.
Okay. doesn't bother me, but,
I know you like your coffee.
no, I don't, I
Oh.
don't drink about
Oh, you drink it in the morning.
half a day, in the morning, with my 2 cookies.
Yeah, it's actually not a program requirement to offer coffee. We have to offer the milk.
Which you do.
Yep.
And we'll continue of one person serving the meal?
Yes, that's all part of that plan.
Anything else? Next meeting date?
Oh, I know, I wanted to ask, are you gonna keep just one activities director?
As of now, yes, because we
Part-time?
don't have,
Because we don't have enough going on.
right. When we get to that point where we get busy again, then we can look into our budget.
And if somebody needs help, they can always go to one of the staff.
Right. As of now, for the 2021, we are only budgeted for one activity coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been asked that so many times.
That was, the city did it, as department heads, we had to make a lot of cuts for the 2021 budget. John gets the joy of dealing with, and that was one of our cuts we made. We was just stuck with the one part-time activity coordinator. One of the many cuts we took.
Yes, we know.
So, how many hours does Maria?
28.
28 a week? Okay. Okay.
Have you had any donations on the TV?
Yes, and that is, we should be able to purchase a TV now. Maria was going to put that in the next newsletter.
Yeah, do you have a projection for the size and the cost?
Jackie's looking at buying or purchasing one right now.
Who?
Jackie,
Oh,
because she's our smart shopper. She's finding one that's a smart TV so we can do the Roku and all that stuff.
Good.
And the one that will fit in that spot and,
That it'll actually fit? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
She's figuring it out. She took measurements just yesterday. She's our smart shopper. She's going to find the best deal.
yeah, she is. Oh, and about the United Way, you're waiting to hear from them, correct?
Yeah. United Way is doing a fundraiser. We just have to find out how we're going to do it at our facility.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, please donate to United Way. We need it.
Definitely, yeah.
Next meeting date?
Already.
October 8th.
So I got it. Okay, I'll adjourn the meeting then.